I'm breaking out, I'm breaking in. I just can't help this state I'm in. I'm on my way, yo. So put your shades on, this light's so bright, it's blinding. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. Breaking free, I'm breaking ground. I can't explain this thing I found. The clouds have moved on, I got my groove on. This pep in my steps infectious. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. I've been stuck in a rut, I've been shit out of luck. I've been wondering what is up with me. And then I realized it's up to me to decide. I can just be radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love.
Are an irresistible magnet with the power to attract unto yourself everything and anything that you desire. Welcome, everyone. I'm Reverend Jay Willick. I'm the father and the founder and the senior minister here at the New Thought Spiritual Center, and we are so happy that you have joined us this morning, this Sunday celebration, this beautiful day that is the beginning of summer. The summer solstice is, I believe, this evening around 8-ish Pacific time, 11-ish on the East Coast, and wherever you are in the northern part of the world. Summer has begun officially. So we are welcoming summer. We are welcoming you. We are screaming with joy for Happy Father's Day to all of you fathers out there, male or female fathers, whatever and however you celebrate it. We're so happy that you're here. We're so happy that you have brought your consciousness to our community this morning. And what is our community? What is our community all about? I got a short little video for you to talk to you about our statement of principles. Watch this. That's what we're all about. That is why we're here, our purpose, our vision, our mission. And this month we are highlighting our purpose statement, which is to reveal the divinity in you. And that's why we're here. That's what we do every week. That's why the New Thought Spiritual Center showed up in life, because Spirit inspired me to come out there, to come out and talk about revealing the divinity that is already there within you right here and right now, and what we can do with this most fabulous power that so many of us have forgotten or tend to forget sometimes that we have within us. Our theme for 2020 is awakening. And every month and every week, we've been talking about awakening that power within, awakening that revelation of the divine that is within us and what that means and what we can do with it. And this month, we are talking about authenticating it. How do we authenticate that power, that divinity, that godness, whatever you want to call it? How do we authenticate that? And we've been talking about that all month, and we'll continue to today as well as next week. Once again, happy summer. We begin officially summer. Happy Father's Day. Now, I'm not technically a biological father to any children, but I do have two fabulous children, and that I was a dad to and that I fathered, and I'm so proud of them. And so I celebrate this day for them and with them. So let us step into our sacred space right now. Wherever you are, you're at home, you're outside, wherever you're watching, maybe you're just listening in the car as you drive around. There is a sacred space, not only within each and every one of us, but in our homes, even in our cars, wherever we are. We don't have to be on top of a mountain. We don't have to be in nature. We don't have to be in a special building. That sacred space is made because we have decided to make it wherever we are. So let us step into this sacred space. Before we get into it, we're going to go into a guided meditation directly after we step into the sacred space. So if you would like to now, you can close your eyes, you can take a deep breath and allow this experience to soak in as we step into our sacred space and our guided meditation. Here we go. At this time, we enter into our sacred space, opening our heart and mind to awaken the highest and deepest part of our divine selves. We plant the seeds of our greatest adventure, nurturing them with the water of faith and the soil of spirit. Calling it wisdom from ancient times to quantum science. We allow this spirit to enter us as we now transcend time and space into the grace, love, and power of the universe. If you haven't already, please close your eyes, or you can leave them at a soft focus if you choose. Take a deep breath through your nose. Hold it, 3, 2, 1, then release it out of your mouth. Let's do that again slowly. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Release through your mouth. 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe. Allow the energy from the Mother Gaia to come up through your feet, from the ground, from the center of the earth, and spread up into your body from the bottom of your feet. This energy, this love, this power on the planet upon which we are. And as that energy climbs up your legs and reaches to the back and the base of your spine, allow that energy to drop once again to the planet, reaching the core of our earth, circulating up and around and back to the earth. And now, especially honoring today, let us allow the rays, the beams, the power, the energy, the light from the sun flow down upon us. The energy, the frequency of the universe, the cosmos. Bring forth its light, its energy, its love, raining down upon us like a waterfall. From the top of our heads, in that energy center, that chakra there, allow it to spread down through our body, down our arms, reaching to our fingertips, continuing past our love center, our heart. So this love, this energy, this warmth reaches and communes with the source of the Mother Gaia. And breathe. This morning, as we step into the solstice of soul, the sun, we are reminded of the sacred masculine in all of us, the giving, protective, abundant, supportive, and forward-moving energy. The shining frequency of getting stuff done, making us feel safe in this world. Reminding us that we belong here with healthy boundaries and healthy egos, entertaining only its love, its peace, its power. Each of us illuminates the day of our days, the days of our community, with our individual beingness. As on this day, the divine masculine honors the divine feminine and its gifts of intuition, creativity, and vision. The sacred masculine proudly sheds its light to value those gifts, unafraid of them, communing with them, trying the ideas that spring forth from them. This light from Sol, the sun, brightens within each of us the Christ consciousness, the cosmic sense of unity between us all. He, she, they. We are awakened, enlightened, returning and ascending to the great Father Spirit. We celebrate the triumph of light over darkness, not only in the individual, but in all. And the return to wholeness in which the Son, the Daughter, the Mother Goddess, and the Father God become one great unified consciousness, complete, whole, and powerful light, here to enlighten each of us. We are bathed in the full power of the sun, and everything is illuminated. We are nourished by its rays. And see, feel, and be the bright intentions that flourish within us with gratitude, love, peace, honor. Feel the warmth, the power, the love, the nourishment of the sun. Let us together take a deep breath and exhale. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and slowly open your eyes. Come back to this sacred space and do me this. Rub your hands together. Yeah. Now stop and slowly bring them apart, feeling that energy as it spreads like the rays of the sun. Put it on your heart, put maybe one hand on your heart, one hand on the center of your forehead, and allow that energy to fill you. Thank you for joining me on that. This morning, we're going to go directly to our affirmative affirmation. And those who may be new to us, an affirmative affirmation, an affirmative incantation is an affirmation, I should say. I call them affirmative incantations because we are affirming in a prayer-like manner, actually. And so we are bringing into our heart, into our minds, into our whole beingness, these words, these phrases that I have written every week, and I write one each week, for us to use every day during the week, once in the morning, saying it, once in the evening, saying it. And saying it really doesn't give it the power. Actually, we're not just speaking the words, whether we do it vocally or in our minds or both. We are also doing it through our hearts. We are allowing these words to vibrate within us. We are creating the frequency, incanting into our lives the idea that is brought forth in the affirmative incantation. So we are affirming this idea into our lives. And as most people see, by the end of the week, we have stepped into this idea. So I'm going to have Steve pop up the affirmative incantation for this week, and I'm going to read it with you. Take a look at it right now as I pop up my version, not my version, but a, a way for me to see it a little bigger than on my screen. And let us say this together if you like, or maybe you just want to close your eyes and listen to what you're going to be affirming this entire week. In fact, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's everyone close our eyes as if we were going into prayer. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, or some people like to put their eyes at a soft focus. And take a deep breath together. And listen. Don't just hear, but listen. This is the day I certify my place in the universe. I am all that I require to be, have, and do for my best day. And that which I don't know that I know is revealed to me at the ideal time. In the mirror, I see a reflection of the one of the universe's unique creations. And today, I declare myself completely and perfectly prepared to face whatever shows up, and able to express the whole enchilada of glorious wisdom and power. I appreciate all the universe has given me and all that it provides for me, no matter the circumstances. For this is the day I certify my place in the universe, a place where I am grateful to be in the ever-loving arms of the brightest light to illuminate my way, the most enduring love to support my talents, ideas, and courageousness, and the greatest beauty to embody the harmony between me and the powers of the infinite from which I spring. I choose to be ready and certified to be a spiritual badass and kick some prosperous butt. I say these words, I feel these words, I bring these words into my heart and my mind right here, right now, in gratitude and appreciation, releasing these words into the universe, a universe that says, yes, I hear you. I've put it into place. These words are now a part of your life, your thinking, your beliefs. As together we say, and so it is. Was that fun? That was fun. That's fun for me. I had a good time. So, the affirmative incantation, you will see that in the comments in the description of the Facebook page, whether you're on my page or the New Thought Spiritual Center page. It was in the e-blast on Friday, and if you don't get our e-blast, feel free to message me or send us a email at ntsc@newthoughtsc.org, or go to our website and newthoughtsc.org. There's a sign up for the e-blast, and you will get that affirmative incantation for the week. What's the other way? Well, it's right there too. So there's many ways for you to get it. It's also on Monday's e-blast, Monday or Tuesday's e-blast as well. So many ways for you to get this affirmative incantation so you can use it twice a day. So let's move on to music now. Oh, I am so thrilled to have my friend Laura Coyle with us this week. Laura Coyle, if you don't know her, is a singer, songwriter. She's a life coach, a very well in demand life coach. She's a voiceover artist. She's an actress. She's a great person, and I am so proud and so thrilled that she came to sing for us this morning. So let me bring her on. Right there. Here she comes. Boom. Oh, she's on that. There you are, darling. How are you?
Good. I mean, that sounds like me all over the place. That's all I heard. It's like, oh my God.
You are all over the place in wonderfulness.
Pick something. God. Anyway. Hi.
Yeah, do something, will you? Pick a
something.
thing.
Yeah.
Pick a thing.
It's
No,
okay.
you know what? That's so interesting that you say that. So many of us have been, and maybe still, have been brought up with this idea that you have this one vocation, this one career. And as I look around and I read more and I talk to more people, that is less and less in this world. As far as income goes, people are enjoying and welcoming and wanting different streams of income, and different streams of income usually comes from different careers, to using their different passions to bring forth income. I was watching a Bob Proctor thing over the week, and he was talking about that as well. And I was like, yeah, that's what Laura does. That's what I do. And that's what a lot of people I know.
I say that half, I guess, facetiously. And, you know, I think actually one of the things we do in coaching sometimes is it depends on your ability or how long have you practiced, I guess, doing multiple things, because sometimes it confuses people and they don't do any of them in a way that's satisfying. So you say, let's just pick one and try it out and see, and then weave it with, okay, what's your combo platter? I said that to you earlier. It made you laugh. I love that phrase, the combo platter.
The poo-poo platter in
the poo-poo platter
in Chinese restaurants. Yes.
Yeah. And it's not like, you know, in some cases, you know this because you're also a performer, that you didn't choose it. It chooses you, and you either listen or you don't. And both can be fraught, listening and all that goes along with, because both you and I have reinvented ourselves.
Yeah. Over and over
again. Not listening is more painful, in my humble opinion.
Wow.
You know,
that's an interesting thing to say. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
It does become more painful. We get stuck in this idea, especially baby boomers and the next generation after that. You know, it's just one job and we stay there for 25 years. And
that's when that was even possible. You know, my dad started at Time Magazine when he was 15 years old, and he retired 50 years later. From a little, look, I'm not even on frame, from a copy boy to a corner office executive. He was part of that American dream, which you can't even really do anymore. So
it's climbing the ladder thing. Yeah. In one company. Yeah.
And there was a I don't want to take too much time here, but there was a quality of that company that I also don't know if it exists. There was a loyalty to your employees.
Yeah.
They took care of you. You know, they put him through college after he went to the Marine Corps. He left Time. He came back. Yeah,
wow.
They supported their people. I mean, I worked there. My whole family worked there. We
got
summer jobs, and I was a copy girl, and then I was an assistant to like the managing editor of the International Edition. That was the best gig I ever had as a side gig, but I managed to sell.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I never knew that.
Oh my God. Come on. I've been a cab driver, a cop, a courier, a construction worker.
Wait a minute. That's a song.
It is.
I've been a cab driver, a cop.
Okay, I was a cop on Martha's Vineyard when I was 19, but I say it counts because I did give tickets and I was offered a gun, but I said I didn't think that would be such a good idea. So
okay.
Anyway.
Well, that's very good. A fancy meter maid in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah,
nice.
You know, I had just really gotten into my songwriting even more at that age, and I stopped Carly Simon because she lived on the vineyard, and she drove right down one of the streets, and I knew her car, and I just went, stop. And she was like, yeah.
Stop, you're so vain.
Is everything okay, officer? Which is hysterical. And I was like, I just love your music. Thank you so much. You're such an inspiration. And she was so nice to me. She was darling. Anyway.
Oh, that's
I digress.
And speaking of that, you're gonna sing this. Now, when did you write this song? Is this recent or?
This song is almost 30 years old. 30. Wow. And that makes me afraid because then how old must I be? I think I wrote this song.
That means you're 35.
Right, exactly. I wrote it
in
utero. I wrote
it. And a wunderkind, yes.
I wrote it in my mother's womb. No, I wrote it I know exactly where I was. I was sitting in a West Village apartment on between 7th and Greenwich on 13th Street in New York. And I sat here and this song came through, as you know, it kind of comes through I called it So Many Mountains at the beginning.
Mm.
And then I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to claim it. It's about any person's search for themselves,
Yeah.
higher power. But
Yeah.
Woman She Goes just stuck. And here's an interesting thing about it. At least I find this fascinating, is that I never meant to sing this out in the world to anybody. It was for my own soul.
Well, you'll all see. Whoops, did we lose her?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, there she is. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Everything's falling apart. Hold on.
That's okay.
So anyway, yeah, the point is I did it for me, and then I played it for one person, and the next thing I knew, I was playing it out, and the next thing I knew, I was on Ed McMahon's Next Big Star playing this song.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. As you said, it had a life of its own.
It has a life of its own.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to decide about it.
It's going to have a great life for all of you now as you listen to Laura Coyle sing this fabulous song.
Thanks, Jay. I'm going to
have at it. Yeah. Woo!
She goes to the top of a mountain. Woman, she sees God there at the top of the mountain. And God says, woman, what are you doing up here? Don't you know you got it all down there? Why do you people think you gotta climb so many mountains? So many mountains. So many mountains. Yeah. Woman, she goes to the bottom of the ocean. Woman, she sees God there at the bottom of the ocean. And God says, woman, what are you doing down here? Don't you know you got it all up there? Why do you people think you gotta swim so many oceans? So many oceans. So many oceans. Yeah. God takes woman by the hand and leads her to the water's edge. And God says, woman, what's it gonna take to make you understand? Can't you see that I am everywhere? I am everyone. And you don't have to go so far to find me, 'cause I'm your lover sleeping, I'm the willow weeping, and I'm a crooked mile. I'm the children playing, I'm the moon dog baying, and I'm a stranger's smile. But woman, she goes, woman, she goes, woman, she goes, woman, she goes, woman, she goes to the top of the mountain. Woman, she does go to the bottom of the ocean. And God says, woman, what's it gonna take to make you understand? Can't you see that I am everywhere? I am everyone. And you don't have to go so far to find me, 'cause I'm your lover sleeping, I'm the children playing. I'm a moon dog banging down. Strangers smile. But woman she goes, woman she goes, woman she goes. Woman she goes.
Oh, that song knocks me out every time. Oh, Laura Coyle, she'll be back a little later on our broadcast this morning. And God says, what's it going to take to make you understand? Can't you see I'm everywhere? I am everyone. And you don't have to go so far to find me. Nature tells us that life is a dance of balance and harmony. Gaining it, keeping it, adapting or changing it. Each part of the whole receives what it needs for its sustenance and also gives with its abilities and talents for the benefit of the whole. For example, the carbon dioxide we exhale feeds the trees, right? And the oxygen that they release sustains not only human life, but most life on this planet. We are all interconnected, we are interdependent, and yet each of us are independent, like nature, connected with nature, connected with God, the divine spirit, in order to discover, embody, be, have, do, and flourish in nature's work. Nature teaches us so many things. For example, all good things do not require money, nature teaches us, and bigger is not necessarily better. Plautus said, the day, water, sun, moon, night, I do not have to purchase these things with money. Nature is freedom. Nature is free. You ever look at a snowflake close up? How delicate and small it is, and yet very powerful and unique. Just as powerful as the highest sequoia that you could find. Nature also teaches us that we're not only able to heal ourselves after a storm or wind or rain or fire like nature does, but that all living things around it and in it get healed. Bad times, bad weather rolls in and rolls out in the life of nature and in the life of humans, and yet in due course, with perseverance, nature and each of us continues to reign, continues to live, continues to grow. Silence and patience is something nature reminds us of. It's powerful, it's wise. Mother Teresa once said, God is the friend of the silence. Trees, flowers, grass grow in silence. See the stars, moon, and sun, how they move in silence. Nature is our muse. It is an endless source of inspiration. Beauty exists within, nature reminds us. Claude Monet wrote, the richness I achieve comes from nature, the source of my inspiration. And if you haven't seen a Monet or a picture of a Monet, do so and see what it is he's talking about. How nature is our muse, not only artistically, but experientially. We must carry those things with us. We must carry those ideas with us and allow nature to remind us of our original programming, our natural programming, not what was taught, but what was our birthright, what is our birthright. Nature reminds us that what authenticates that thing called spirit, God, the power and presence of the divine, whatever you call it, is indeed nature itself. Nature lives this idea naturally, all the time. You, me, the planets, well, the planets too, but you, me, plants, minerals, we're all natural. We're all born organic. All these qualities that are found in nature is found in each and every one of us by this intelligent design, whatever you want to call it. How it started from that little tiny moment of the Big Bang, of this energy, this frequency that's spread out and created. We are free because of this to use these qualities I talked about to make a quality life as we choose, as you and I choose to make it. So then what is nurtured? The title of my talk is Nature or Nurture? Which do you? Which do you do? Nature or nurture? So what is nurture then? Actually, a better question is, what have we allowed to be nurtured? What have we allowed to be nurtured in life? You know, everything that happens in the baby's environment or in our environment when we were babies goes directly into our subconscious mind. All the attitudes that we hear and witness, all the phobias that we see and that we witness and hear about, all of that stuff, good, bad, or indifferent, they all go into our subconscious to create our belief system. Now, because of perception, choice, imagination, memory, intuition, reason, that nurturing, whether it was positive or negative, can be changed, can be adapted, can be totally lost if we so desire. Quantum mechanics experiments, they've proved that reality is what you choose it to be. I'm not going to go into the experiment and how they work that out, but there have been many experiments that have proved by witnessing protons that reality is what you choose it to be, and choice is probably the greatest gift that we have been given by the universe. Choice. You and I are thermostats for our thinking, our reactions, our perceptions, our attitude, our responses. And we have the power to nurture the nature or the learned. And that thermostat that is within us brings us back. Because without changing our beliefs, without changing our consistent thoughts, that thermostat that is there in our subconscious brings us back here. I'll get back to that in a minute. We don't want to have to find it by going to the top of the mountain or the bottom of the ocean. We don't find it there. Well, you may find it there, but you don't have to find it there. You don't have to go there. Where you have to go is doing the inner work. You have to go into yourself and do the inner work. When we don't, we nurture the habits of lack and limitation, or whatever we have learned, whatever they look like in our lives. And we sometimes start missing or ignoring the red flags, or we start blaming things on other people or our age or our history or all of that. Whereas it's actually learned habits that has become prevalent in our subconscious that our internal thermostat keeps bringing us back to, unless we do the inner work. By not treating your mind and heart to empowering ideas, you keep your self-image where it is. no matter who or what put it there. That doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. That is a witch hunt that is relatively useless to look into. I'm not saying that it's completely superfluous, but relatively it is to look into that, to go on the witch hunt. Sometimes we do so that we can see and then move it out of our lives. Self-image is why diets usually don't work, because our self-image, our internal thermostat, always brings us back to that idea of who we are pre-diet. Or children's grades or children's attitudes, they don't improve, or they may improve, but they'll do so temporarily until that self-image has been changed, until that self-image has been nurtured back to the natural. We have to nurture the nature. We have to stop looking for answers where they are not. We have to stop asking the questions that are not optimal or that do not pertain to what is going on. Using our imagination and feelings to experience the change in mind. That's where the power is. When we use our imagination, when we use our feelings, when we come from all places, the head, the heart, the gut, we start to adjust the vibration, adjust the paradigm that's going on in our subconscious, adjust the habits that do not serve us any longer, and thus resulting in a greater self-image, optimizing the questions we ask. And great questions are a great tool to have. And thus the actions we take become optimized, and the thinking we start to have becomes optimized. It is said, if you can live without caffeine, if you can be cheerful, ignoring aches and pains, if you can resist complaining, if you can understand when your loved ones are too busy to give you any time, if you can take criticism and blame without resentment, if you can ignore a friend's limited education and never correct him or her, if you can resist treating a rich friend better than a poor friend, if you can face the world without lies and deceit, if you can conquer tension without medical help, if you can relax without liquor, if you can sleep without the aid of drugs, if you can honestly say that deep in your heart you have no prejudice against creed, color, religion, gender, politics, etc., etc. If all of those things are in your subconscious and thus in your conscious mind and in your experiences and your attitudes and your opinions and your perspectives and your perceptions of life, then you have almost reached the same level of spiritual development as your dog. As your dog. Dog doesn't concern itself with all those things. Our self-image, and thus our beliefs, and thus our thoughts, and thus our actions, you see, are a cybernetic instrument, an automated control system. And as you nurture the idea of love and peace and prosperity in your subconscious and your beliefs over and over and over again, repetition, remember, leads to habit. It frees you to explore what nature teaches. Practice, practice, practice. That's how you get to Carnegie Hall. Repetition, repetition, repetition. That's how you get to step into your most magnificent life. Nurture your natural powers. What is it you want? What is it you want to be like? What is it you want to be like? Can you see that? Can you imagine that? Can you feel what that experience feels like? Think it. Write it out, especially. Write out, I am so happy and grateful now that... ... As you get in touch of those feelings of being that, write it out. I heard this week somebody said, write it out 50 times by hand, no typing, by hand, that most pure connection between body, mind, and spirit, writing it. I am so happy and grateful now that I XXYZ ... Get emotionally involved with it. You will change your belief. You will change your self-image. You will change your paradigm. And then, of course, your results. Principle, God, the universe, the spiritual laws are not bound by precedent. You don't have to worry about your history, what you believed before, what you were taught before. It doesn't matter whether you feel like or whether it is in your DNA or taught or somehow accepted in your life. You can change it. You have the power. It may take some work. It may take some time. And you may be saying right now, Jay, I've heard this before. Yes, I know. I've said it before, and I'll say it again over and over and over again, as many times as I can think of and in as many ways I can think of until we all get it and use it, including me. Until this repetition of hearing will lead us all to the being and doing. And me doing this will either inspire you or piss you off into working these ideas. Or it may start to offend you in some way, so you don't do the work, but then you start seeing the negative results from not doing the work, and then after joining the pity party or the grudge gathering, you'll do that. You'll be a part of that until you get sick of that. Or maybe you'll go climbing to that top of the mountain or swimming to the bottom of that sea to find the answers. And then when you do, you'll remember this talk or something you read or something you heard, bringing you the idea and the knowledge and the beingness and the information and the intuition that you were born to be happy, you were born to succeed, you were born to prosper, you were born to love and be loved. You may not have been nurtured in your upbringing to do that or be that. Many have not. But how you were brought up and the junk ideas you may have learned can be unlearned. In the book Psycho-Cybernetics, Maxwell Maltz wrote, "Within you right now is the power to do things you never dreamed possible. This power becomes available to you just as you change your beliefs." Let me close by saying that we are authentic when we use our true selves, our natural selves, when we nurture the wisdom of nature and that of the dog. As the song said, as Laura Coyle wrote so beautifully, and God says, "Why do you people think you need to climb so many mountains, swim so many oceans?" When you are here with us today, listening to what I'm saying, watching to what I'm saying, you're nurturing your nature. When you do the affirmative incantations, you're nurturing your nature. When you listen to truth talks or books or podcasts or lectures, you're nurturing your nature. When you consistently work on your spiritual practice, whatever that is, you are nurturing your nature. Get out in nature and nurture your nature. This is not about nature over nurture or nature versus nurture. It's nature and nurture. So nurture your nature, my friends, and upgrade your knowledge, your wisdom, your self-image, your imagination into a fabulous, succulent, prosperous, bold, brave, and vibrant life. I know you can. You have the power. You are the power. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Let us place our hands on our hearts and together declare our love offering blessing. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you for your blessed love offerings.
Couple more things before we get to Laura's next song. We are on social media. We're going to show you where in just a second. I'm also on TikTok. I do a TikTok every week right after our Sunday celebration. And I'm also now on insighttimer.com. Insighttimer.com. You'll see my talks and soon more on that. A great place for meditation, etc. Here from world thought leaders, not just here in the United States. So this is where we are on social media. Watch this. Just a couple of announcements before we get to the end of our Sunday celebration this morning. I want to make sure to honor Juneteenth, which is now a national holiday. That was, I believe, Friday, and I'm so proud that our Congress stepped up to make that a national holiday. And so for everyone, happy Juneteenth. Let me introduce, show our credits there on the bottom, Steve. Their credits rolling any second now. There you go. And that's all the places where I went to, and that helped me create the videos, and people who helped bring the broadcast. And of course, Steve Apperson is our broadcast director, and I'm going to bring him on right now to talk about the concert tonight, the special Father's Day New Thought concert tonight. Steve, are you there? Where are you? You're going to show you might show the graphic first. Did I lose you? I don't know. I can't. There's the graphic. That's tonight at 7 o'clock. You can watch it live on YouTube, I believe on his YouTube channel, the Apperheny Hall YouTube channel, and the Facebook Apperheny Hall. And so we'll take you live to Apperheny Hall, or what is now called the Apperheny. There we go. There we are. Well, you're a little bit in shadow. We don't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know if you can't hear that I can't hear you. I wanted Steve to be able to tell you a little bit about the concert tonight. And you can't see me. I can fix that, though. There you go.
All right, good. Thank you very much.
There it is. Have a talk. Tell us what's going on.
What better thing can we do for Father's Day and to welcome summer than to play some music? And we're going to have our first open wall event here at the Apperheny. You can see it's turned into a little bit of a lounge. So if anyone would like to attend, shoot us an email at apperhenyhall@gmail.com. We're going to get started at 7 o'clock. We're going to do the Right Here, Right Now band's going to do a set of music. We might have a couple of other surprises. So we have room for a few more people. So please, come on, join us.
Okay, that's great. Oh, there we go. Now it's both of us. I'll bring my on there myself as solo. Thank you so much. So that's tonight. PJ and I will be there live in person. So excited. I'll get to hug my friends again, officially. So I hope you join us at 7 o'clock at the Abrahini Hall Facebook page. So excited. So let us begin to end our Sunday celebration this morning with a spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer. So if you'll close your eyes with me and know with me that there is a one power. There's one divine revelation for each and every one of us, and it is individualized in each and every one of us. This power, this presence, this love exudes through the individuation of it, represented by each and every one of us and the animals and the rocks and the trees. We bring forth its beauty, its love, its wisdom here and now in our lives. And as we do this, we step into the bold and brave knowing that we can change. We can make the choices. We are making the choices of life right now. The choices to love, the choices to cherish, the choices to be kind and respectful, the choices to bring into our lives those ideas, those loves, those respect, that prosperity in all parts of our lives, in our body temple, in our hearts, in our pocketbooks, everywhere that requires a new prosperity. We bring forth that idea into mind, into heart, into our very DNA, into our subconscious, and by doing so, bring forth to the universe, to the law, to that spirituality and that energy that says yes and does what it does its thing to bring forth, to manifest into our lives those ideas. They are divine as we are divine. And we release these words, we release this knowing of love, peace, and grace in our lives, of prosperity, health, and vitality in our lives. We release it to that universe that listens, to that universe that says yes, to that universe that opens its arms to receive us. So with gratitude and appreciation, I let go these ideas to do their thing and come back immediately into our experience. As together we say, and so it is. Ashe, Omen, Amen, Hallelujah. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this week. So excited that we get to end our broadcast this morning with this great song from Laura Coyle called Carpe Diem. Have a fabulous, fabulous week. Happy Father's Day. Happy summer solstice. Namaste.
You can't afford to be afraid. Got to go on forward with those plans that you made. No, you cannot fool yourself anymore. And furthermore, why would you want to anyway? You got to carpe diem, gotta calm like you see, you gotta live just like you know you're headed for the mausoleum. No, you cannot wait anymore. And by the way, what is it you're waiting for? Time stands still for no man, don't you see? And do you really want to be the one to test that well-known theory? You got to carpe diem, gotta calm like you see, you gotta live just like you know you're headed for the mausoleum. La-da, la-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Looks like my song has reached an end. this song has come and gone. You got to carpe diem, gotta call like the sea, you gotta live just like you know you're headed for the mausoleum. Or maybe if you're really lucky, the wax museum.